Welcome back to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me at the MarketSite, we have Ed Donner. He's the CEO of Untapped, and we're going to look at artificial intelligence and human resources. Thank you so much for joining us at MarketSite. When you think of AI, you think of the capital markets, you think of Alexa sitting in your kitchen. But how is AI and human resources, how is that going to improve or enhance the recruiting process?
Yeah, thanks, Jill. It's a great question. There's actually a lot of people out there that are concerned that AI is going to take away jobs. 72% of Americans are worried about AI in the job space. We have a contrarian view. We think that AI can help people find jobs where they'll be happier and more successful. And it can do it by really understanding where people are in their career, what they're looking for next, what responsibilities they've grown, understand what's a manager looking for in a job, what are the roles and responsibilities required, and make a really effective match.
So are you saying that perhaps recruiting might go away, or is it going to enhance the existing recruiting process? Because HR is a very robust industry. There's a lot of people that work in that industry.
Yeah, it's absolutely about enhancing and enriching the recruitment process. What we've built is a kind of AI version of a recruiter that's able to sift through resumes really, really fast and sort of encodes what a really good recruiter does when they take a resume in one hand, a job description in the other, look at these two documents and say, should these people talk? And that frees up a recruiter's time to spend their time doing what they're really, really good at, which is dealing with people.
Right.
Actually face-to-face interviews, discussions, figuring out where they're taking their career. So that's really how we're sort of shifting the time of a recruiter. About 14 hours a week of a recruiter's time is spent just sifting resumes. Horrible, horrible, and it creates so much fatigue, and that we can take away.
I bet you could miss good candidates because you're just kind of simply going through the motions and you're not picking up on what could be a good match for that reason. I can't even imagine going through 14 hours of resumes a week, but I went on Untapped, I went on the website and I was checking out the blog section, and you had a really interesting post about the larger job market and keeping employees happy in a day and age where people are job hopping, because it wasn't like that when we went through the financial crisis 10 years ago.
Right.
Now people are hopping. How do you keep them happy? I would imagine it's more than just compensation.
It's so true, and employee retention is a massive priority for companies. It turns out that the cost of losing a great resource is anywhere from $24,000 to $250,000, depending on the role. So it's a priority, and it actually depends on the individual. Some people are motivated by the type of work they're doing. Some people are motivated by compensation. Some people are motivated by taking on more responsibility. For some people, job hopping every couple of years is important, and that's something that needs to be factored into their career. So this is the kind of nuanced understanding that our algorithms are able to really get down to. It's not just about keyword matching, what's in a job spec, what's in someone's resume. It's about really understanding what motivates someone, what are they looking for, is it time to take on something new? And we work with a bunch of employers who want us to look through all of their employees and say, okay, who's a flight risk? Who's ready to do something new? Where are my best opportunities for career advancement? And we really help employers to understand that and to surface great candidates for internal mobility inside their firm.
Well, it's really interesting because there's such a fight for specific skill sets these days as well. So if you're an employee, it's a buyer's market, if you will. Do you think recruiters or employers frown upon job hopping, or is that just par for the course right now in today's employment environment?
I think it's become something that people understand and appreciate, particularly if it's job hopping to take on more responsibility to progress their careers. The onus has gone back to the employer to show that you could job hop and stay within the firm. You can move around an organization and build up responsibility. The number of times that an employer loses a great talent and they say, why have you left? And the person says, I've taken this other job in this other firm. And they say, we had that job in the company, in this other department. And the employee says, it's too late, I didn't know about it. So if we can help to get employers to be able to connect the dots, then job hopping can happen within companies, and that really solves the problem well.
All right, that's awesome insight. Thank you so much for joining us at MarketSite. And thank you for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.